Hi, this is the second video about the jQuery. Please watch my first video, then you can understand better. And also before this, check with the JavaScript, C, HTML videos, beginner videos. Then you can link all of them together. Today we're going to talk about jQuery, syntax and selectors. Remember, selectors is to select query from the HTML elements. Select is to get data, in databases you want to select or query data from the database and it's displayed on the browser. Query, select from HTML elements. There is a ton of HTML elements available and perform actions on them. What we want to do after we select the elements, select from the elements, we want to do some actions on the elements. It depends on the type of the elements we select from. This is the syntax, $selector.actions. So it's very simple, only two parts. Selector, there is a lot of selectors. You need to know what selectors to use, what actions to perform on them. And before this, you want to check my CSS videos, cascading style sheets videos, so you can understand better, because there is a lot of selectors in CSS. So CSS and jQuery go together kind of, because both use a JavaScript library. Again, library is a list of functions. List of each function is a code, program. This is one example. $this.hide. Hide is a function. See, actions, like this is the action. This one, this means this particular element. Hide this element. Example, here we are showing P is paragraph element tag, HTML tag dot hide. Hide all paragraph elements. So when you put this code in jQuery, it means hide all the paragraph elements, different paragraph elements in the complete code. This is another example. Dollar within double quotes, we are saying .employee.hide, means hide all class elements. Employee is a class. Remember, whenever we put dot, it becomes a class in CSS, employee. So it's going to hide all employee class HTML elements. This is another example, how to use the HTML IDs. Remember, sometimes you want to put an ID and define it and put a lot of code, So dollar double quotes $, manager.hide. So when the parser looks at this, it will know that when you say this, it means this particular element. What if you want to apply this action to a list of elements? So again, saying hide for paragraph elements. In a actual code, there can be hundreds of paragraph elements, hundreds of paragraphs. That's how you browse the web page for different things, different products, different descriptions, So dot means it's a class. Pound means it's ID. That's how the parser knows. These are standard rules, These are complete examples, different examples of jQuery syntax, how to use it. Okay, let's go here. What do we do with query? Generally, query means we select from relational database. That's one concept. And check my database videos so you can have a basic understanding of what a database is, how to manipulate data. Okay, we use different browsers here. The database here, for a large company, there can be tens of databases located in different regions. For example, if a company is located in the United States, a large company, online retail company, it will have 10 data warehouse centers, each with a biggest databases, using data warehouse technologies to manipulate the data. But what to do with the data? We want to extract the data, select, display it on the screen, insert, update, delete. So all these browsers are maybe worldwide, different places. I'm just saying it's just one database. A large company will have different databases like this. So you can imagine the ton of data that's handled every day, every second, Some examples of large databases are Oracle is the best, SQL Server is like medium size, and then MySQL is mainly for browsers and web world, web technology. I would always suggest watch the HTML, CSS is cascading style sheets, Java, JavaScript before this or after this. You can link everything together. Okay, at this point you got to know what a document is. HTML pages all talk about document. It's called, that should be a standard for everything, every language. So DOM stands for document object model. So I'm talking about document here. Document should be loaded before you run the Jquery. Remember, Jquery is a method to fetch. Jquery is the method to use a list of JavaScript functions to manipulate data. That's it. That's it, Jquery. It's not a tough thing. This is one example. $document dot ready of function. This is a function. This is a general syntax. So the document will manipulate the data. Remember the block of code, Jquery method. So it will have a list of Jquery methods with JavaScript functions. And also I want to remind that all JavaScript or the extension is .js, all JavaScript files. Okay, let's see here. So by now you can understand that Jquery is using selectors. Remember in CSS we talked about selectors. Selectors means that can be grouping selector. There are 2-3 kinds of selectors. Check my CSS videos so you can link that to here. So Jquery can be CSS selectors, or Jquery can have its own set of custom selectors. So it's a combination of custom selectors and CSS selectors. And third part is it can have HTML elements. Elements means element tags. That's like thousands of HTML tags. Watch my HTML videos to have the basic understanding of common tags used. H1, P is for paragraph, H1 to H6 is for header tags, div is paragraph tag. So regarding HTML elements, it will select from the name, or select from the ID, or select using the classes which are objects, or select from the attributes, or select from the values. So these are all object oriented: classes, attributes, values. You can check the previous video about C++ and C# or C# for object oriented natures. Okay, let's move here and see the different kind of selectors. This is a broad example, There is a selector one, it can be a grouping selector or individual selector. S2, S3, S4. Functions. So each selector will select from one or multiple functions. Say there are 6 functions available for a company, for a department. So which are using Jquery library like a leaf node. So top node, you have the Jquery, which is selecting from different kinds of selectors. Each selector will work on multiple functions. For example, see here there is one selector S1 working on 2 functions, F1 and F2. Again, each functions will have like hundreds of statements. That's how all these online retailers can display like hundreds of data in a very dynamically. It will be very accurate, not much errors. They will be using all this technology on the back end. Front end is what you see on the display like a user, but on the back end, a lot of things going on. That's what I am trying to explain with the different technologies. Please watch all my other videos and then come back to this video or after this, so you can link everything together. You can understand beautifully how the web, you can see all the data, the colors and displays, and how the data is selected, inserted, updated, deleted, purged. The manipulation of data goes very smoothly within nanoseconds. Inside the computer, everything is not seconds. It's nanoseconds, very faster. The selector S2, S3, S4, Jquery library. When I talk about library, it's a set of functions. Like C has a ton of functions, Java has a lot of functions, and JavaScript uses Java functions. Jquery uses this one, and also learn about Python. It's very powerful. I put a beginner video yesterday about Python. Python and Perl, P-E-R-L, web scripting language. All of these are linked. So when you study one topic, you should not be focused on just one topic. Whatever it branches to, look at the other videos, then you'll have a very broader vision of the whole thing, Everything is linked. So this is very second introduction to how the Jquery syntax and selectors are coming together with browsing data from different kinds of databases. I'll create more videos about Jquery. Thank you.